So again, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Shelley Bell. I am the Regional Career Services Manager for our BC region. I work with all the career services teams at each of our Vancouver career colleges, and I will tell you a little bit more about that as we go along. So today we're going to talk a little bit about some of the options and availabilities of professions in the healthcare field. We're going to talk about some different pathways that you can take to get to where you're going in healthcare. We're going to have a little bit of an overview of Vancouver Career College and the healthcare programs that we have available. We're going to talk a little bit about supports and services that are available within the college. And then we will have, at the end, we're going to hear from one of our instructors, Randy, and then we have an admissions representative, Ritu, on hand as well to answer any questions that you might have. So when we talk healthcare, we are talking about a very broad and diverse field. Healthcare involves providing medical services to maintain or improve physical and mental well-being. And that's done through prevention, through diagnosis, through treatment, and through care. So the number of different ways that folks can be involved in the healthcare industry is quite broad. We have some programs that train our students to work directly with patients. These are programs like licensed practical nursing, healthcare assistant, social services worker. These programs enable our students to work face-to-face directly with patients and clients to help support their overall needs. We also have programs that are more on the administrative side of it, because we know it takes not just the healthcare frontline workers, but it also takes an entire team of folks behind the scenes to keep our healthcare services up and running. We have, for instance, the medical laboratory assistant program is a great example of something like that. And then we also have some specialized roles. Our pharmacy assistant program is a big one. And for folks who are wanting to get into healthcare, but maybe not with the human side of things, but, we're more interested in the animal side of things, we do have the veterinary healthcare assistant program. So still in a healthcare type role, but in a different kind of a clinical setting. Regardless of where you're wanting to end up in healthcare, it generally does take a little bit of investing in your education and training. Formal training like diplomas, certifications, these are essential for your ability to not just get your foot in the door, but also to progress to the roles that you would like to fulfill. We have our admissions representatives here to talk about what's the right fit for you. What's the best way to go? We have, for instance, healthcare assistants and licensed practical nursing. It's not uncommon for folks to decide that maybe the healthcare assistant role is the way they want to get their foot in the door, get some training, get some experience, and then go on to pursue their licensed practical nurse down the road. Others might want to enter straight into the LPN program. It all really depends on your own circumstances and what your goals are. Specialized degrees are required for more advanced roles. So sometimes our diploma programs are a better way to just get your foot in the door and get your ability to start earning some income happening faster. In terms of networking, we work with a lot of different health authorities within BC. We work with Fraser Health. We work with Coastal Health. We work with Interior Health. First Nations Health Authority. These are all the different health authorities that are out there, and they are all recruiting in terms of healthcare professionals. So we try and keep our ear to the ground and make sure that we're aware of any upcoming job fairs or recruitment efforts that are happening by these larger health associations, so that we can make sure that our students and our alumni are getting invited and getting a chance to go. And then all of our programs have some kind of practical knowledge and skills that are done through either a practicum or clinical type work experience. This is an opportunity to actually practice the skills that you are learning in class. So our educational pathways generally run in terms of diploma programs. These are hands-on, skills-focused, quick entry programs to get you into the workforce. Examples like the healthcare assistant program, our medical office assistant program, these enable you to enter the workforce ready to go, ready to be employed. These programs generally run from around 6 to 24 months, so they're not too long. They get you into the field faster. There's lower upfront costs, and there's the potential to upskill or continue to develop your skills down the road. We just had a cohort of licensed practical nurses graduate, and it was really neat to listen to how some of them are planning on working now, but then they do want to go on and get their RN degree down the road. So they're using their LPN diploma and training as a stepping stone to help them get to where they want to be. These diploma programs are just a little more efficient that way. A degree program is going to give you that broader theoretical foundation. It's going to open the doors to some of the more supervisory or managerial roles. For example, health services manager, clinical coordinator. However, the completion time is going to take 4 or more years. So there may be a higher long-term earning potential, but it's going to take you longer to get there, and you're going to incur more costs along the way. So at Vancouver Career College, we are really passionate about helping you take that first step towards getting into the program that is going to meet your needs, help you reach your goals. We do have programs that are designed in terms of business, education, healthcare, art and design, legal studies, and trades. We have 6 campuses in BC, and we have a variety of virtual and in-person classes available. We have a huge, array of staff here as well on site to support, whether you are just, wanting to look into which is the right program for you, or if you're a current student needing supports, or you are a graduated alumni and you're needing supports helping find employment. We've got staff plugged in all the way through to ensure you have the help and support that you need. Our practical nursing program is amazing. We have a cohort of practical nursing grads that are just about to finish. I think they have 2 weeks left. I'm already getting emails from facilities nearby saying, hey, we heard you have nurses graduating. We want them. Send them our way. Same with healthcare assistants. We have facilities that depend on our grads to get them up and running and staffed. Medical laboratory assistant, folks in this field are, managing record keeping, completing laboratory tasks in a healthcare setting. Pharmacy assistant, registered massage therapy, social services, veterinary healthcare, all of these different kinds of programs are in demand. We have our student services team here to help you with your schedules, with your transcripts, with your resources and materials. Our student services team, they're there checking on you. If they see that you're, maybe dropping off on the attendance radar a little bit, they check in, see if any supports are needed. Your student services team is who you go to if you have any questions. Maybe you're not sure where to go. They're there to point you in the right direction. Their job is really in their title. They are there to help serve our students and ensure that our students get the supports and answers to the questions that they have. Our career services team, they start working with students right from the very moment you start. We are there to support with resume development, with finding job opportunities, with preparing for interviews. I just had a healthcare assistant grad reach out to me. She had 3 job interviews lined up but she was one of our folks that is just a bit of a nervous Nelly when it comes to interviews. So she requested to come in and do a mock interview run through before each one of her interviews. Guess what? The answer was yes. That's what we're here for. We worked with another student who was, from a low income situation, wanting to, get dressed up and, present themselves in a great fashion for their interviews. We helped connect them with a local organization that provides clothing for job interviews for free. And so, we were able to help set her up for success. And I won't lie, I cried a couple of happy tears when she came back into the campus, so proud and excited to say she got the job. In fact, she had 3 job offers and she got to pick which one she wanted. So that was really, really exciting. And once you graduate, you're not left sitting there with your diploma going, now what? Because your career services team is there to support you for up to 6 months after you graduate. So it's not uncommon for me to get, an email from an alumni to say, hey, I've been really enjoying my job that I got since graduating. However, this job posting just came up. I really want to go for it. And they'll send me the job posting, they'll send me their resume, and they'll ask for advice on how to kind of fine tune things so that their resume stands out before they apply. That's exactly what career services is here for. We help find job opportunities, job postings, all sorts of things. We really pride ourselves in staying connected with our graduates and alumni. The most exciting thing for me, and now I've been with the company for a while, and I've hit the point now where some of my old grads have now been in the field long enough that they are becoming supervisors for our current practicum students. I love that. I have a medical office assistant grad who now is responsible for hosting practicums for future MOAs because she's been in the field now for a long time and she's actually been promoted to supervise her department, which is really cool and really exciting. We have alumni working and employed in all of these amazing facilities around the Lower Mainland. And so, we can really reach out to them now as well for mentorship, guidance, opportunities. You can see down at the bottom there, we've got some logos there. Vancouver Coastal Health, Senior Living Facilities, New Vista Healthcare and Housing, Fraser Health, big, big names that are looking to hire our alumni. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to pass along the floor to Randy Eckersley. She is one of our registered massage therapy coordinators and instructors. So she's going to talk a little bit about some of the different programs that we have. She's going to give you a little bit of insight into the RMT program specifically. And then we are going to have Ritu chime in and answer any questions in regards to admissions criteria or process or anything like that. So again, if any questions pop up, please put them in the chat. And I'm going to pass it along to Randy now. Thank you.
Hi, thanks, Shelley. So as Shelley mentioned, my name is Randy. I am BC Regional Program Coordinator for our RMT program with Vancouver Career College. I myself have been an RMT now for 22 years. It's a profession that I love, and I am still active in the field doing massage therapy in a clinical setting as well. Definitely not something that I would give up soon. It's really given me a lot of cool experiences. I've met a lot of cool people. Nothing feels better to me than being able to help make somebody feel better, help improve their quality of life, get over an injury that's been niggling at them for years and years. So I've been working with Vancouver Career College Burnaby campus for 12 years now. In the RMT program specifically. I've helped with some of the curriculum development. We've had numerous different cohorts go through our program. And Shelley mentioned that she loves to see staff former graduates come and start working for us. Well, for me, I think that's the best compliment that I could get. If somebody is willing to come back after working a few years in the field and now want to become a part of changing somebody else's life, they must have had a wonderful experience at school and with our program. So I can answer a lot of questions RMT related. I'm happy to do so. I wanted to point out some of the other healthcare programs that we have at Vancouver Career College. We have the Healthcare Assistant Program, the Medical Laboratory Assistant Program, the Medical Office Assistant Program, the Pharmacy Assistant. Practical Nursing is another really popular one. Registered massage therapy. We have our Burnaby campus and the brand new program opening up in Abbotsford in the end of January. We have social service workers for professional, foundational, recovery worker, and youth workers in BC, and the veterinary healthcare assistant. Something else that I did want to expand on just a little bit that's pretty neat with the RMT program. Shelley mentioned a lot about the degrees versus diplomas. So while we have a diploma program and RMT program, that'll let you write your board exams, that'll let you get working. We actually have an agreement with Thompson Rivers University, and you can take your credits that you earned in the RMT program and apply them towards credits at Thompson Rivers University. And you can, in just a couple more years, do online learning and finish with a bachelor's degree in healthcare science. So if, eventually down the road, a bachelor's degree is something that you would like, but you'd like to get working and making a decent salary along the way, that is an option through the pathway of the RMT program. So that is about all I have to say about my RMT program. It looks like a lot of healthcare assistant and RN programs are coming in. So I'm going to pass the torch over to Ritu, who is our admissions representative.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to this open house. I would love to answer any questions, and thank you, Randy and Shelley, for your insight into it. So the first question I see is, which level of English do we need for registering for healthcare or pharmacy assistant program? So each of the healthcare programs have different regulating bodies and different requirements. So for the pharmacy assistant program, there is a basic math assessment that you can do at the campus. And for English, it's an online test that you can do. That being said, what I will suggest to you is that you meet with a student advisor in person and then decide which program works best for you and what are the requirements, because the requirements can also be met in different ways. That is not it's not mandatory for each program to have the same kind of requirements, basically, to put it that way. I see a question here from Harmeet, which says, I have some questions about the HCAP program qualification and job opportunities. So Harmeet, we do not offer the HCAP program. We offer the full healthcare aid or HCA program, which makes you register. You can register after completing that program with the healthcare aid registry. You can start working in seniors' homes. You can work in home care, and you can also work in the geriatric ward of the hospital. Those are the job opportunities. We have a very aging population in BC. There's a huge requirement of healthcare aides, so there's no dearth of opportunities in that field. Fareen has a question, which level of English do we need for registering for healthcare or pharmacy assistant? I think I just answered that. For healthcare assistant, apart from the online English test and the math test at the campus, you also need to do, if you're not from an English-speaking country and you do not have 3 or more years of full-time face-to-face education, then you also need to do either IELTS or you also need to do the CLB test. Again, I would say before you pay for any test or start doing anything like that, it is very highly recommended to meet with a student advisor in person or at least speak to a student advisor on the phone so that based on what your academic background is, what your situation is, you can get the right answers for what is it that you will need to do, because everybody has different educational background. At the end of this, I'll leave my cell number in the chat, and if you guys have any questions you want to reach out, please feel free to do that. Next question is, do you have a program for psychiatric nursing? No, we don't offer psychiatric nursing. We do practical nursing. Again, I would recommend on this that before psychiatric nursing is somehow it's very kind of a romantic kind of a career, which students think that it's like very kind of adventurous or something like that. But before you actually embark on that, I would highly recommend to you that please look into what kind of work it is. How does a day look like for a psychiatric nurse? Just to share something with you, my partner is a psychiatrist, and I hear every day what nurses go through in the psych wards in hospitals. He works at VGH and St. Paul's, and it's crazy out there. So before you get into that career, please do your full research and see if that's something that's a right fit for you. Next question, what is the fate of temporary worker with study permit to gain admission in VCCRN program? So two things. We are not VCC, we are Vancouver Career College. VCC is Vancouver Community College and they're public. We do not offer the RN program. We only offer the practical nursing program. Firas, how about medical lab assistant? Is the agreement between Vancouver Career College, CDI College, and Life Labs a practicum arrangement? Specifically, it is a short-term work placement of about 1 month rather than one permanent employment. So our medical lab assistant program, like all other programs, it has 1 month of practicum built into it. So I think it's 1 month or 6 weeks. And once you've completed all the courses successfully, the school is required to send you for a practicum. So that's the school's job, our responsibility to find you a practicum site. Since it's a practicum, you don't get paid. And then once you complete the practicum, statistically, we've seen a lot of our students getting hired where they go for the practicum itself. But if you don't, then you come back and our employment division will help you set up more interviews, do your cover letter, resume, prepare you for the interviews, etc. No school can have an arrangement with an external body that they will hire you without having seen you work. More so in healthcare. I mean, they do not know what kind of attitude do you have. They do not know what kind of learning you have. So no school, nobody, no healthcare body is going to do an agreement with the college that, okay, we'll hire your students, come what may. So it's a practicum site agreement that we have, and therefore we send you for the practicum. We prepare you good enough so that you do well, you behave yourself, and you do a good job. And that's the reason that a lot of our students do get hired for the practicum. Geeta, I have previously worked with Life Lab, but stopped working with them in 2019. Are you able to help me get back in or even into the hospitals? Geeta, you will have, it depends on which school you graduated from. So I would recommend to you that if you graduated from a school in BC, first go talk to them if they can help you. The only thing is with healthcare, the programs are updated very routinely. So if you have graduated in 2019, which is pretty much like 5 years at the very least, no BC lab is going to be able to employ you with an education that you did 5 years back and you did not practice that. So there are standards of practice and other things that are followed by the healthcare bodies. So you might want to look at that, or you might have to take the full program again. Kiran Jot, is healthcare assistant certificate available for international students who have graduated and holds PGWP and is eligible to study as well? So our healthcare program, Vancouver Career College and CDI College, it's in-campus program. We don't offer online. So if you want to take a program with us, students who are on PGWP cannot take that program, you have to be on a study permit because it's 100% in-campus program. My name is Abby. I am a refugee clement. Am I qualified to do diploma in health assistant? Abby, if your claim has been accepted, if you've had your notice of decision, then you can apply for healthcare assistant. But again, in your case as well, you will have to apply for study permit too because the campus, it's an in-campus program. But if your claim is accepted, you have a facility that you can apply for the government student loan, which our financial aid department can help you apply. Mandeep, which level of English do we need for registering for healthcare or pharmacy assistant? Do we have seats left for Jan or this intake already started? So as I mentioned earlier, for pharmacy assistant, you need to pass the math at the campus and the English online test. For healthcare aid, you need to do the same test, math and English online, plus you will need to have either CLB or IELTS, unless you have 3 or more years of full-time face-to-face education from an English-speaking country. And India is not considered as an English-speaking country for some reason. Again, I will leave my phone number at the end of the chat, so if you have specific questions, you can call. Amandeep, medical lab assistant time period and delivery method. It's a 9 months program and it is in campus. All the classes are in campus. Ida, is healthcare assistant sponsored or for free? No, we don't have any sponsored programs. We don't offer free programs. The requirements already mentioned, the assessments and CLB or IELTS if you're not from an English speaking country. Anisha, I am an open work permit. So what is the cost of healthcare assistant program? So Anisha, I'll again like to mention that you cannot study on open work permit for healthcare assistant. You'll need to switch to study visa. We are a private college. So if you switch to study visa, then after completing the program, you will not get a postgraduate work permit. You'll have to find an employer to hire you. The cost of the healthcare assistant program for international students is about $16,000, and there is a $1,000 scholarship, and you can pay it in installments. Shakiba, I'm more interested in the MOA or office assistance program. I would like to know if BCC can assist me with getting to the program. I'm currently in level 7 of English, attending BCC. Hi, Shakiba. Again, we are not VCC. We are Vancouver Career College. We are a private college. We can definitely assist you in getting into the medical office assistant or the office assistance program. If your level is 7, that's a pretty good level. You should clearly be able to pass the English assessment and the maths assessment at the campus. I would highly recommend to you to set up an in-person appointment and come to the campus, see the campus, and ask all your questions. And also you can meet with the financial aid person then. Gur Simran, I have a question about the LPN bridging program. I already have a healthcare assistant certification. I want to do LPN now. Gur Simran, this is a very loaded question. Bridging program and how it works. Again, I would suggest you call me individually after. If you're looking specifically only for the access to LPN, we do not offer that. But we do offer you a very big scholarship if you take the full LPN program with us. The thing to understand here is that LPN program is not like healthcare aid that you take the program, you pass the program, and you can start working. LPN, you want to make sure that you pass the board exam because otherwise you cannot work. So we want to make sure that we teach you enough and we do whatever we can do in our power and you do whatever it is possible for you to increase your probability of passing the exam. So that is what we do by offering you the full program, but we offer you almost $7,000 scholarship if as an healthcare aid, you meet the requirement for getting into the access program and you take our full program. Call me individually and then I can explain it further to you because I don't want to confuse everybody else here. Pavandeep, what mental health programs do you offer? If you do they have practicum? As I'm looking for postgrad programs. We offer a program which is social services worker, a support worker program that also covers mental health, addiction, psychology, and then you also learned how to work with youth. If you're looking specifically for a counseling program, we do not offer that. The program does have practicum. It's the same thing. You go for the practicum. If you don't get hired, we can help you further. It is not a post-grad program. Post-grad programs are offered only by universities. And for that, you need an undergrad first. We offer diploma programs, which are post-secondary programs and which give you very employable skills. For example, I'll just let you know, I met with a student today. She was doing her undergrad in psychology at SFU. So she was clearly a good student in terms of academics. She had all A++ grades in high school, but she dropped out after completing 3 semesters, realizing that what she's studying there has got nothing to do with real life. Because in any undergrad program, almost the first 30 credits, you're doing courses just to get credits, which have got nothing to do with your major and nothing to do with the real life. Doesn't make you employable at all. Akansha, I have completed a diploma in kinesiology from Langara College. I'm just thinking about RMT. Can I just get admission directly, or there are some tests or prereqs? So if you have completed kinesiology, the best thing that will happen to you is that it will be much, much easier for you to take the RMT program. Unfortunately, you'll have to still take the full program as it is. There are no credits given. You will still need to provide your high school credit, high school transcript. You will still need to attend the workshop, and you will still need to interview with the program coordinator. But apart from that, there are no other prereqs. Also, do you have ABA programs? I do not know what is an ABA program, Pavandeep. So if you can.
I have a feeling she's probably mentioning that in terms of applied behavior analysis, I'm thinking, which is more to do with working with folks with autism.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that we don't have.
Yeah, we don't have that. We have it as a part. Thank you, Shelley. We have it. We offer a program which is called as an education assistant program, which specifically gives you knowledge or skills to work with children who are 8 to 18 years old in elementary schools and high schools, and you work with children who have some kind of a learning disability. So autism, spectrum, all that is covered as a part of that program, but not only.
And they do touch on ABA principles in that program as well. I actually was an instructor of that one for a while, so I can say firsthand they absolutely do cover applied behavior analysis, but it's not the entire focus of the program.
Right. And it does have a practicum. It has an 8 weeks practicum, 4 weeks in elementary school and 4 weeks in high school. And it's an extremely good career, very gratifying. You help people. And also in terms of opportunity, there is a huge shortage for EAs as well. Maninder Jeet, I'm a student in University of Fraser Valley on study permit. So am I eligible for healthcare courses? Healthcare courses is a very, it's a loaded phrase. There's so many programs in healthcare. It depends on which program you're looking for. If you're on a study permit, of course, you're eligible. You can take any program, apply for any program. Whether you meet the requirement or not meet the requirement and what requirements, that again is on case-to-case basis. So you need to call or let me know which particular program you're looking for, and then we can go over that. But do remember, if you're on a study permit, if you take the program with us, you are not getting a postgraduate work permit. We are a private college. Meena, I'm Meena, which I'm about 1 year in waiting. Okay, I didn't understand this question. Meena, if you can elaborate, I would be able to help. Finoa, hello, this is Finoa. I did English test and I passed, but they have not yet get back to me. Again, you will have to speak to your admissions person who sent you the test. Maybe because the Pearson test takes a little bit of time for them to get the result. You should be able to get the result in your email as well. If you can log in back to the Pearson test, you'll be able to see the result. Mansoore, hi there. I'd appreciate if you inform us about tuition fee for international students with open work permit. You'll have to specify which program and I'll be happy to answer. Bindia, is it possible to study open work permit candidates? No. You have to be on a study permit for medical lab assistant program because it's in campus. You can't do it online. Do you have bridges from LPN to RN? No, we don't offer RN. Zahara, I have a question. Are these programs available for who is on study permit, a study visa as well? Because right now I'm an international student and I would like to change my field of study and I want to know that I'm eligible or not. You will have to specify which program you're looking for. But as a blanket statement, yes, you even if you're an international student, you can apply for any program that we offer. Keep in mind, though, that we don't offer the postgraduate work permit. Pavandeep, I want to know for LPN course, healthcare assistant can take admission. Is there any benefits for healthcare assistance for LPN admission? Yes. So if you are in healthcare aid, if you have 600 hours of work experience in a facility and you're currently registered in good standing with the HCA registry, then you get a $7,253 graduation scholarship. Once you graduate from the program, we'll pay it back to you. If you applied for the student loan to pay for the tuition, we'll send it back to the student loans. Mamta, hi Ritu, do we need biology or science subjects for RN and social services diploma? You don't need any prerequisites for social services except for the assessment that you can do online, and we don't offer RN. Amandeep, do you have healthcare unit clerk program? No, we only offer the medical office assistant program, which is a 9 months program. Healthcare unit clerk is not a part of that program. Catherine, I'm Catherine. If there any chance to study home care assistant and for how long? Home care assistant is 7 months. It's a 28 weeks program. It's $12,000 and it has a $2,000 scholarship. And it is eligible for the government student loan for the domestic students, which is if you are a PR or a citizen. Joban, HCA to LPN bridging program details. I already went over it, the access program and the scholarship. Ramandeep, I'm looking for LPN. So can you tell me the requirements again? I'll tell you the basic requirements, but again, these requirements can be met in different ways, depends on which country where you did your major education. LPN, the major requirement is that you should have high school. You should have English 12 with C plus, biology 12 with C, math 11 with C, and anatomy and physiology for practical nurses with C+. For the students who do not have 3 or more years of full-time face-to-face education from Canada or any other country which is considered as an English-speaking country by the CLP and BC, then they also need to prove English proficiency by doing the IELTS academic, and you need a band of 7 in that. Listening and reading, you want a 6.5, and speaking and listening and speaking, you want 7, and reading and writing, you want 6.5. Again, case-to-case basis, do call me if you have more questions about this or if you are confused about your status. Sunanda, I want to get information about dental hygiene course. We do not offer dental hygiene program. We offer the dental assisting program. Again, I would like to just mention one thing to everybody here. See, when you are looking to start a career, it is good to look at opportunities because right now, healthcare aid, psych nursing, social services, these are the buzzwords. So everybody wants to do this. At some point of time, you also need to think back and see, is that something that you want to do for next 20, 25, 30 years of your life? They may be good careers, but you also have to look at what is the kind of work you're going to be doing, what kind of stress you'll be dealing with. Is that something that you're really wanting to do? Just because your friend did an healthcare aid program and is working as a healthcare aid, got hired right away, is making 32 bucks an hour. So you think, oh, I should do healthcare aid too. But if you want to do that, then dig further, speak to that friend of yours and find out what is the kind of work she's doing. Because from what I've seen, healthcare aid is not a very lasting profession. People get tired. The kind of work you do, the scope of work is so limited. Similarly, for dental hygiene, the dental hygiene program is a buzzword, but dental hygiene program, it's a 2 years program. It is offered only by Vancouver Community College right now. They have a 2 years waiting list. And before you can get into the waiting list, you'll need to do a lot of courses from Canada. If you're not from Canada, if you've not done your high school in Canada. So you need to look at, are you your circumstances, your financial circumstances, does it allow you to just study for four years and not do anything else? Because dental hygiene with VCC is also a very full-time program. So you might, if you want to stay in the dental field, you might want to look at a shorter program where you can get into the field, start working faster, take something like a dental assisting or a dental reception program where you're not wasting time just sitting at home and hoping to get into the program. For permanent resident, do we need to pay tuition fees? Yes. The government doesn't cover anything. The government gives you an ability to be able to apply for a student loan. You want to make your career. So the government of Canada says that's very good. If you want to make your career, we'll make it easier for you. We will allow you to get a student loan, which will pay for your tuition. We will give you 6 months after you graduate to settle down, start working, get your things together, and then we'll give you 10 years to pay it back in. So they are doing us a favor by doing that, and they think that we are not doing them a favor by going to school for them. So they will allow you to get into school so that you can peacefully pay for your tuition. And the way our programs are scheduled, most of them are 4 hours a day. Some of them, the healthcare programs are 5 hours a day, except for RMT, which is much longer, which is like almost 6, 7 hours a day. It is possible for students, and most of the students work. Vancouver is so expensive, and you can work part-time. I have approval for my PR. Am I eligible to start healthcare course? I have open work permit. So if you've already been approved for your PR, you can start the process, definitely. Call and call and meet with the student advisor in person, see the clinic, the labs, and everything in a campus wherever you would like to apply to, and then go from there. You can, and you will also be eligible to apply for the student loan. Is LPN program all 9 or in campus? It's in campus. Firaz, thank you very much for answering. Could you kindly recommend my organization that offers grants to help me study? Well, Firaz, I really do not know any organization which offers grants, so you'll have to do some more research yourself. The only thing I know is that when you apply for the government student loan, there may be a part of your student loan which could be a grant. The government decides that. It's based on your personal and financial situation, so I really can't say how much grant you will get. I would also like to mention here that I do understand that this is like thousands of dollar loan that we are talking about here, and it is scary. However, that being said, I would recommend to everybody here who's scared of taking a student loan to do a little bit of a math on a piece of paper, sit down with a piece of paper and say, what are my options? So your first option is, I don't have $20,000 or 10,000 or whatever, and I can't go to school, which is perfectly fine. Most of the students I meet, I have, and we have in our college are in that kind of a situation. So you can make a choice saying, okay, I'm not going to go to school. I'll get some job for 15, 16, 17, 18, $19 an hour, and I'll work in that field, which is fine because that's the choice you want to make, and that's fine too. However, if you dig down further, you'll realize that the $20,000 student loan that you might take to get into a career, which is going to make you make way more money, you will recover this $20,000. If you're going to work for next 30 years of life, the $20,000 loan that you're taking, in a bigger picture, it is nothing. So look at it that way. You're not taking a loan to go to a casino. You'll be taking a loan to invest in yourself, in your education, in your career, and for a better life. And from what most of the names that I see here, I think most of the people here are not from Canada. Most of you people this is your second country. You moved here, like I have moved here. Like most of us have moved here. So we all came to Canada for a better life. And better life will not happen in my experience and from what I see for last 16 years working with students is unless you have a good career, it is very difficult to have a better life. This is just my thing. But again, you got to see what works best for you. Harman, may I know the price of nursing program? So it's a 18 months program, runs Monday to Friday, including everything, the books, tuition, taxes, practicum, stethoscope, blood pressure meter, scrubs, everything. For the first year is 24,000. For the second year is 13,000. And both of these are eligible for the government student loan, the full program. Are there scholarships for acupuncture program? Dinara, hi. I'm just saying hi, Dinara, because I just met her yesterday at the campus. No, Dinara, unfortunately, there are no scholarships. Masume, would you please let me know how much does the pharmacy assistant program cost? For the domestic students, it's 13,000 approximately, and there is a $1,000 scholarship. For international, it's about 16,000. Farah, I have my study permit valid. However, I have finished my studies earlier as I switched from bachelor's to associate of art. Since I have enough time, can I apply for the education assistant program after applying for PGWP, or should it be before applying for PGWP? No, you can take the EA program even after your PGWP. Actually, you cannot take the EA program on your study permit because it's a virtual program. So you have to be on your open work permit to be able to take the EA program. Shawan, do you have any scholarship for domestic student if they want to study in a health sector? Health sector is a very broad field. You have to specify the program. For different programs, except for LPN and RMT, we do have scholarships. So I can let you know which program, depending on what program you tell me. Hi, Ritu, do you offer mental health program or certificate? I mentioned earlier, you must have heard that as a part of the social services worker, we do offer that program. We do offer that course, the mental health. Pavandeep, yes, of course. Ramandeep, my name is Raman, so I am looking for LPN. So please, can you tell me about the requirements? I went over it, Ramandeep, earlier. You must have heard it. Ibrahim, it was announced last 2023 that everyone with work permit prior to Feb can study as well. Am I able to apply for the healthcare aid program with my work permit? Ibrahim, I am not the right person to answer this. I would recommend, because there's so many changes which have happened in the immigration Canada, I would recommend that you speak to an immigration consultant and confirm with them if you can or you cannot. Mamta, okay. Harjot. My name is Harjot RN. I'm working with Coastal Hand and want to pursue my LPN. Do we need to do IELTS? If you do not have 3 or more years of full-time education from an English-speaking country, India is not considered English-speaking country, then you will need to do IELTS academic. Kevin, may I know the tuition fee of the RMT program? For domestic student, the first year is 22,000. For the second year is 20,000. Harjot, another question, do we need IELTS for RMT as well? It depends. If you have high school from whichever country, you can get an ICS evaluation done, and you can take an English 12 with us, which is a 1-month online course. So you need 2 things. You need high school from any country, but you should be able to provide the documents and the BCIT evaluation report, which will meet your high school requirement. And then you can take an English, if you don't have an English 12 from Canada, then you need to take a 1-month English online course with us, or you can do IELTS as well. But why spend money on IELTS if you can do just an online course? Ali, hi, may I have your address, email? I will put it in the chat at the end of the presentation. Do you offer an EC certification? Yeah, we do offer the EC basic certification as well as the post basic. On average, how long does it take to apply for the student loan before being accepted? You have to apply for the program, pay your application fee, and then our financial aid department will work with you for applying for the student loan. Once you apply for the student loan, conventionally, it takes about 2 to 2.5 weeks, depending on your situation, for the approval to come back. Shakiba, thank you. Thank you, Shakiba. Sure. Francesca, I have closed work permit, but I would like to continue. No, you cannot study on the closed work permit. You have to have an open work permit. We've already gone through the English requirement for LPN. Pavandeep, I would recommend that you do your own research for the dental assistant, the scope, the requirement, the value, the opportunities. What we know is that we only take 20 students in a dental assisting class. We have 100% pass percentage for our dental assisting students in the board exam, and they all get hired right away. So The rest of it, I will leave it to you. First, you do your research and then we can talk. But there is a requirement. Just to answer that, if you heard that last year the government has bought the dental plan also under the regular MSP for the low income people. So the dentists are so busy right now. Where dentists used to struggle to get patients, but now they are super busy. And if the dentists are super busy, that means there's a huge demand for dental assistants. EA program, if you are on a work permit, the total cost is about $22,000. And then there is a $2,000 scholarship, which is graduation scholarship. So when you graduate, you'll get $2,000 back. EC certificate program is 10 months. You study for 8 months, and then there is a 2 months of practicum, which we set up. It cannot be done faster. The EC, BC doesn't allow that. So the classes are Monday to Friday, 5 hours a day. And Mehak, as much as it seems that, okay, I can do it faster, it's really very difficult because you are in school 5 hours every day studying, and then you have homework and assignments. So it is, practically speaking, it is not even possible to do it faster. Kevin, do I need to do any payment before the student loan is approved? Yes, when you apply for the program, you'll pay an application fee of $150, which is a part of the total program. If you have a specific reason that you think, so in my experience, only 2 people who do not get approved for the student loan is if you have a file for bankruptcy, which has not been discharged, or if you have $1 million lying in your bank. Otherwise, I haven't seen students not getting approved for student loan, but if you have any specific questions about it, you can always call. Any other question, anybody? So I am just putting my email address here. Okay, why am I not able to do that? It's not allowing me to do that.
I can put it in the chat, Ritu. Did you want to put which one did you want to use?
The career.college and also my cell phone, please.
Okay. Okay, so did I get that spelling correct, Ritu?
Yeah.
And then what cell number did you want me to put?
778 549 3466.
3466?
Correct.
Okay, so if everybody has a look in the chat right now, you will see that I've put Ritu's email address and cell phone number there. So if you do have any further questions in terms of applying, admissions requirements, tuition questions, Ritu has all the answers. So again, thank you everyone for joining us today. We are really hoping to see you enrolled in some of our healthcare programs moving forward.
Yes. And Shelly, just one last question here. To answer to FA, I just saw a question here. You can take the EC program on a work permit as long as it's an open work permit. You can take the EC program online then. Sorry for interrupting.
That's okay. Sneak one more answer in, right? Why not? Amazing. Okay. Thank you all for joining us. We are looking forward to seeing you in our healthcare programs.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.